Let's try it now. There we go. Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning, YouTube. Good morning, YouTube. Hot diggity dog. We've been live on Periscope talking to y'all for the last couple minutes. For some reason, YouTube is acting rather weird this morning. So good morning, Cappers Nation Live, Tuesday game day edition. World Series day. Rays and the Dodgers. Joshua, Bob, Gennaro, Brad, John, Victor, never Victor, I appreciate that. Holy heck, YouTube says we're live now. That was really strange this morning. Victor, good morning. I never let him get to me. Gennaro, NBA Real Tape. Deontay, good morning. Michael, good morning. Henry, good morning. Anthony, good morning. Tom, good morning. Joe, good morning. Nick Rez, good morning. Perfect Rotation, good morning. Ooh, McDonald's sausage biscuit deal. Morning made. Gotta love push notifications on the phone. It is a baseball day today. That is for sure. Jason C., good morning. Alex, good morning. Nikon, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Joe, good morning. Jay, good morning. Jason, good morning. Deontay, I guess I'm batting 100 because yesterday I pronounced a really crazy looking name. A really crazy looking name, and I got it right. So I guess you just got to be a UFC fighter for me to really butcher your name. Matt says, my favorite time of the day, barbershop shop talk time. I know, I got to get that pole hanging too. I went back to the doctor yesterday. Went back to the doctor yesterday for the old ear. That way maybe I could... Nikon Flex, I'm a kid actually. Okay, well you need to leave. This is a 21 and over sports betting channel. So we got to give you the boot. Have a great day, Nikon Flex. It's nothing personal, but this is for adults. But I wish you the best of luck. When you get older, come look us up. Shannon, let me know, is that your team, Shannon? The damn Cowgirls? Yeah, the Cowgirls definitely. I blame it on Zeke and his rings. Alex, I don't know if that was necessarily all Dalton's fault for the turnovers. But yeah, he definitely made his fair share of mistakes too. I mean, you can't get mad at the guy for the blatant pass interference that turned into an interception. But yeah, you can't win. When you give up 24 points off of turnovers, you can't win. Jay Hugh, what's going on? Sawyer, I agree. I turned off the game. I went to the doctor. I was at the doctor a while yesterday, running all kinds of tests and CAT scans on my face and my head and my neck and my ears. And I was there for the Kansas City game. So that was good. Won the Kansas City game as a personal play. Day started out fantastic. Hit half our teaser. And Dallas game started while I was driving. And obviously, I could pop it up in the truck on the ESPN app. Watch the game sitting in traffic. Well, more listen to the game than anything. So put it on, back and forth, 0-0. Yeah, we dropped the first quarter. First quarter over. That always sucks to drop that one, especially when you're anticipating it being a high-scoring game, and they couldn't do anything. I agree. Should definitely lose a nose ring for every fumble there. Should definitely. But the points didn't come in the first quarter. Okay, no problem. Maybe they'll light it up second quarter. Nope, they never came. Second half never came. It it is what it is. There's not much you can do about it. Other than manage your bankroll and know that you're not going to win every game. Not every game is going to be a close game. And personally, if I'm going to lose a game, take my money right away. I find it funny, and people think that I get upset if somebody criticizes me for losing. I actually don't. I think the only person that I get, that bothers me if I get criticized would be my beautiful wife, or maybe my daughter. Other than that, Shannon, it's Reuben Tuesday, okay? It's Reuben used on Tuesdays. The word elite is not allowed to be used today. But it is Reuben Tuesday, so everybody make sure you order a Reuben today. But back to being criticized, man, I could take it, with the best of them. It's the gambling business. If you don't think that I've heard worse, I probably have. But what I find amusing is when people get on YouTube or Twitter or send an email about how wrong we were about a game. Okay, we were wrong. You can't get every single one right. If you're going to take my money, take it right away. Don't make me sweat it to the very end and then take it in the last 30 seconds of the game. Well, you bet a loser, you bet a loser. I mean, there's not much you can do about it. You bet, you lose, you lose. There's literally, the tacos would like to have a talk, right? It is Taco Tuesday, that's for sure. I guess you'll eat another Reuben today. A loss is a loss. It doesn't matter how it comes. So the people that, you were on the complete wrong side, you fucking suck this, you suck that, they got blown out, oh my God, you said hammer it and pound it. Well, first of all, hammer it and pound it is like a figure of speech that I've used in every single one of my videos to announce a free play since day one. So if you use it as, figuratively speaking, then you just might need to, take a dose of reality. But I love it. Get beat up on free plays because you drop a free play because you take the Cowboys. Well, if you only have the Cowboys and the Cardinals, personally speaking, I think they both suck this year. And they'll both probably have a losing record when it's all said and done. But obviously, the Cardinals got the job done yesterday. Yeah, they put the beat down on the Cowboys. But hell, the Jets probably could have, put the beat down on them yesterday if you give them those turnovers. You give the Jets a 24-point head start off of turnovers, and they probably would have done the same. Lock it in, absolutely, Brad. And people say, "Oh, calm down. We're just replying to you." Okay, that's fine. Well, reply with common sense. Reply with some common sense that you're not going to win every single game. And let's be honest. I want to ask the 70-something people here, because we're not going to be live for too long today. World Series today. And I will be flat out honest with everybody tuning in. This is going to be a barbershop talk. As far as free plays go, don't think I'm going to have one. So just giving the full disclaimer ahead of time. I don't know how long we'll be live for. It could be 10 minutes. It could be 3 hours. But probably won't have a free play in the live video for today. There's only one game on the board. There's only one game on the board as of right now. I might have a soccer play if I could find one. Other than that, it could be a little barbershop talk today. Tomorrow, what we're going to do is we're going to take a live look ahead at some of the early football, which is something we usually never get a chance to do. And that's usually because of the individual game day schedules, and we get caught talking about the games of the day, whereas we don't get to take a nice little live look ahead. So we're going to do that tomorrow. We're going to take a live look ahead in tomorrow's show in some of the early action NFL and college. But as far as today goes, we're going to have a little barbershop, shoot the shit. Lucky says the same people that think you should win 100% are the same people that think sports are fixed, right? Toby, we're not allowed to use the word elite today. The word elite is banned on Tuesdays now. We can only use the word elite on Mondays. Yeah, Levi, Arizona definitely didn't let him off the hook. That's for sure. Joe, did I get your email regarding William Hill? If you sent it this morning or last night, I did not get it. Send it again, Joe. Kyle at cappersdirect.com. I'll put it in the live chat. But I don't see an email. Like I have no email from you. Today's word is skedaddle. We're going to skedaddle on out of here with our tails tucked between our legs. The Cappers Nation word of the day is skedaddle. S-K-I-D-A-T-T-L-E. Skedaddle. You know, Brad, it was weird. My phone, I need to go, and my iPhone is brand new. But since I updated it, some text messages, it's weird, are not going out. So I need to go to Apple, but unfortunately they're making me make an appointment to go. And literally my phone's like 2 months old. But I will send a confirm. That way I make sure that you get it. Cleveland, Bailey, postseason, Kershaw, regular season, Kershaw, which one shows today? Regular season. Weird, I didn't get nothing. Not yet anyways. Nothing about William Hill. I'll take a look. If not, Joe, if you're on Twitter, you could DM me on Twitter as well, but for some reason, I don't know. Although that's on my phone. Let me log into it. Maybe for some reason it's not showing up on my phone. How plays continue? Yes, plays will continue. Levi Taylor says, Dodgers win the World Series, line moved to minus 210. You know, that was a given. That was a given. You know, it actually opened up at 210. Not a problem, Sly. You know, fade, follow. Don't bother me. If you guys bet, don't bet. You know, you guys are smart individuals too. Yeah, Matt, they have. And one of the upgrades, I like some of the new features in it, but it's definitely had some issues since then. Dodgers, a $1.70 favorite today. As far as the series go, I did bet the Dodgers to win the World Series yesterday. Joe, I got your you know, I've seen that. I'll reply to you, Joe. But yeah, a lot of it is true. When it comes to in-game wagering, you know, the games are actually delayed. They used to be delayed, I think, 3 seconds from what happened in a game to what actually is taking place at the game. That way, sportsbook operators have the opportunity. And if you have DirecTV, it's delayed even like 15 seconds longer than that. So that way, sportsbook operators have time to adjust live in-game wagering and that nature. And Joe sent me a link about a couple bettors that have accused William Hill of padding that extra time, which and postponing live in-game wagers, not postponing them, but not getting them approved, approving ones that don't look like after a certain play they're going to go so swell, and denying ones that look like they're going to be successful. Is it true? We'll never know, but probably. You know, the only really 100% correct way to make sure that, you know, you're not getting a bad line on a live wager is actually be at the event that you're watching. It's one of the reasons why I'm not like a giant fan of live in-game wagering. Zachary says, I've got a plus $1,600 ticket on Tampa Bay from June. Very nice. I wish you the best of luck. If it's for a substantial amount of money, you might have an opportunity to hedge for something. Not saying that you need to or anything. You know, I pick losers too. Brandon says the Cowboys game could have gone the other way, but it didn't. The turnovers were horrible. They got behind. Then they had to change up their whole game plan. Less running, more passing. You know, that's exactly what we went over yesterday. Real Champ shocked about the Cowboys picks. Sorry. You know, shit happens. Can't win them all. Shannon, hey, mister, what did you get the Dodgers to win the series at? I have one at minus 187 and one at minus 191. I bet it twice. But it was funny. I actually bet it at 191. That was the first one. And I went back and confirmed it. And it was down to minus 187. And I was like, that's weird. So, literally, it went from 191 to 187 within a minute. It froze, and then it came back at 187 like they put up the wrong number. So I bet it again at 187 for shits and giggles. So hopefully we cash it. Hopefully we cash it in 4. So I personally think if you take a look at the game and the matchup, you know, there's some things that favor the Dodgers. There's, you know, a couple things that favor Tampa Bay. When it comes to, you know, offensive firepower, obviously the Dodgers. When it comes to defense, I think they're both equally capable of playing outstanding defense on the field and making those game-saving plays. But when it comes to starting pitching, I give the advantage to the Dodgers. Bullpen, I'd have to say I give the advantage to Tampa Bay. However, we've seen some very good things out of the Dodgers bullpen. We have. I think the Dodgers and the Braves were the two best teams left in baseball. Myself personally, from an overall standpoint, I do not think Tampa Bay is on the same level. I think the books have the line the way that it is, enticing people to bet Tampa, because let me tell you, if it was minus 250 or the game was a minus 200, when's the last time we've seen Kershaw pitch and he was less than minus 190 or minus 200? It's been since his first game of the season when he was a minus 135 favorite. Zachary, need to factor in the Dodgers choke history? Not really. That actually, I mean, if you actually believe that because they've choked in the World Series 2 other times out of the last 3 seasons, that matters this year. Not all the players were even on the team. And if you're going to factor in the choke, I guess you could factor in the Rays. Rays were lucky to be there after losing 3 straight. Yeah, Shannon, I don't think the Dodgers to win the series after they were down 2-0 against Atlanta was still minus 200, if you remember. Yeah, Levi, I bet the series mean they gotta win the World Series. As far as the game minus 1.5, I mean, it's the World Series. Let's be honest. It's the World Series. It should be a close game. Would it be? Jason C. I can call the Rays lucky to win Game 7. They lost 3 straight. The Dodgers actually came back after being down 3-1, and they did enough, and they did some work. They did all the work necessary. Obviously, so did the Rays. They just took 3 games off, 3 games straight off. But as far as my personal opinion, I've told you guys since day one, winning a championship in a 7-game series or a 5-game series sport is all about peaking at the right time. It's all about peaking at the right time. Losing 3 and then coming back and winning a close Game 7, I couldn't say is peaking at the right time. I couldn't say it's peaking at the right time. Slice's Fast Yankees should be there. Yankees. Yankees didn't spend enough money to be there. You got teams like the Rays that spend like $26 million or $28 million. I seen something yesterday where they showed Kershaw and Mookie Betts' salary, just the two of them, is more money than the Rays' entire World Series roster combined. Not a problem, Jason. You could disagree with the word luck, elite. It doesn't matter. You're entitled to your opinion. Just so am I. So am I. Opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one, right? Walker Bueller just tweeted, I promise my pants aren't the only thing to tweet about during the World Series. If a home run is hit or hits the big pile of buds or the bud tarp, you could win a beer for a season and tickets for opening weekend. Tweet at Budweiser USA using the hashtags. That's funny. Walker Bueller's pants in his last outing were, or in his first outing, were a little bit too tight. That's for sure. So again, for the 87 people that are out here, as far as free plays go, I'm probably not going to have one. Probably not going to have one today. But we will shoot the shit for a little bit. And then what's going on, Aaron? Right? We'll go over the game a little bit. But as far as today goes, we're going to do a little barbershop talk. Tomorrow we're going to do a little barbershop talk as well as a live look ahead into the NFL, into the weekend, Thursday, Friday, college football. Joe, that was actually awesome. I loved it when the reporter was asking about his pants. I thought that was real funny. That was classic, actually. So there is probably a day next week where I don't know if I'm going to be live. I'm going to attempt to, but there might be a day next week during the week where I won't be live. I will be having, thank you, Jay, for asking. I will be having some type of surgery next week. Apparently, this entire time they've been treating me with antibiotics, thinking that I had an ear infection, and there are no ear infections. Ears are perfectly clear. So, long story short, I was in Australia many moons ago, and I was whitewater rafting down the Tully River. Brad may know where that's at. So I was whitewater rafting down the Tully River, quick little story, and I was in the Navy, and it was actually quite a funny rafting trip. It was me, my first class, this big, gigantic bald, white dude, and me. They put us in a raft. Our little rafting guide was this little, like 5'1" little Australian girl. You know, she was the big, strong rafting guide that we had. And so they pair us up. We get one dude from Germany wearing a little tiny Speedo. Some cat from Ireland. Guy was cool as shit. I remember it to this day. And then a couple that just was on their honeymoon from North Korea. Well, at the time, and even till this day, you guys know, but at the time, tensions between the United States and North Korea were really, really high. So, of course, they got to put the North Koreans in the boat with the 2 U.S. sailors, right? So, but anyways, long story short, we're going down the river. We're having a blast. We're going down these class 4 and 5 some big waterfalls, big rapids. Well, one of them I went out on. If you ever went whitewater rafting, in the very front of the boat, you have basically a place to kind of like tuck your toes under. And that's basically how you hold on, whereas everybody else can hold on to the side. But the guys in the front are the ones that really got to do the paddling. So, lo and behold, I go flying out of the boat. So you're in the Army right now? Thank you. Thank you for your service. We appreciate it. And go flying out of the raft. Well, when I go flying out of the raft, I drop my paddle. I'm not supposed to do that, right? So I didn't really have a chance to even grab it or hold it. It went flying. I did a little acrobat. And so I'm in the water. And, and they have little stages where the raft will go down. And then somebody sit in the pool. And then that raft, boat guide, he'll sit out with like a throw bag in case you fall out of the boat. They can throw you a little throw bag rope that's got a little float on the end of it. You grab it, and they can pull you in. That way, you don't go down the rapids. Well, the first rope landed behind me, and I went down a rapid. No big deal. It hurt my ass, hurt my my back and all that. No big deal. I'll live. I'm in Australia, having a blast. And the next guy threw the rope. And that dumb shit threw it behind me as well. Like, hello, you're supposed to throw it in front of me, or at me, hit me in the head, something, I'll catch it. So I went down the second one. Well, when I went down the second one, it threw my body, and I smacked my nose literally straight up into a rock like this, and broke my nose, blood gushing everywhere. It's all good. It's all fine, dandy. You're in Australia. Wipe away your nosebleed. I didn't know my nose was broke at the time, and so it wasn't like blatantly crooked because I hit it completely straight up. And lo and behold, find out yesterday. Well, I always known that it was screwed up because I can't breathe, and one nostril's like twice as big as the other. So here I am getting these ear infections. Going surfing, I'd get an ear infection, which was probably an ear infection. But this last time, I thought I had an ear infection. Doctor was a little wish-washy. Said I had one, and went back, said I had another, and gave me different antibiotics. They do a CT scan of my head yesterday, and my head, so that way they could actually see your sinus cavities, your ear canal, your whatever the heck that tube is called. I forget, in your ear. I learned all about it yesterday. I learned the anatomy of your ears, nose, and throat yesterday. And lo and behold, my nose has a bone spur from when I broke it back in Australia, and it grew into it curved. I guess like when your bones grow, you have platelets, and when they reach their maximum growing capacity, you don't grow anymore after a certain age. Well, if you break your nose into a bone spur, that spur can keep on growing. Well, I guess it grew in, which has caused suction or something when I breathe, which made my tubes completely close up. So at some point next week, which is what's causing all the ear problems that I've been having. So at some point next week, I believe it's next Thursday is what I'm scheduled for, but they gave me the option of Monday, so I might do it after Monday's live show if I can, if I have the capability to. I'm going to call and try and switch it today. That way it gives me a couple days to recover before we get to football again. But as of right now, next Thursday, after next Thursday's live show, I'll be having surgery. That way my ears will unclog and I could hear again. Because as of right now, the hearing's pretty damn bad. But they doped me up on prednisone. That doctor told me to take 6 at once, not the 2 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, and 2 in the evening. 6 at once with some oatmeal. So that's why I was 30 minutes delayed this morning, is because I had to find some oatmeal and take these things, put them in my oatmeal. And of course, the first bite that I had to crunch down on one. Toby Foot's doing fantastic. Joe Chris, they did you wrong. How did they do you wrong? Because all my dealings with them have been pretty stand up. Very hard to find people that they screwed over. Thank you, Cleveland. Yeah, it'll be sometime next week. I'm not too fond or excited about all of it, but you know, it is what it is, right? It is what it is with that. Yeah, Tom is retired military. We've got a lot of retired military in here. Detailed for recruiting for 3 years. Very nice. How long have you been in, Sawyer? We appreciate your service. So, the one game today. Sly, I can't hear. Out of my left ear, Brandon's retired. My left ear is I could nearly hear like almost nothing out of. Like if I cover my right ear, I could almost hear almost absolutely nothing. No, Scott, I like raisins and spices, and I couldn't find that, so I found maple brown sugar and put some raisins in it. Not a problem, Mike. I'm sure you knew which one to bet, right? But since they didn't do that, I will fix it for them. They're probably in a hurry. Absolutely, as Toby said, thank you to everybody that's serving now and all the veterans and all our law enforcement and first responders too. Hydrogen peroxide won't do anything. It's not an ear infection. Nicholas has better be ready for wake surfing next summer. I'm ready for this summer still. It's still warm out. If you have a copy of your ticket, I'm sure they'll pay it out. Message Dave on Twitter. They're a pretty stand-up company. If you won, they're going to pay you. I'm sure they're not going to cheat you out of a prop bet. I mean, they pay me some pretty big bets, so. But yeah, Nicholas, I am a little worried that they're going to say no wake surfing until you are fully healed the nose or something, probably with my luck. You know, probably don't want a jet force of water going up my nose. So I am a little nervous that my wake surfing summer could be coming to a close. Absolutely, whenever you're ready. What kind of Malibu do you have? Bob Smith, is it stupid to have the money line in their spread in a parlay? I've never known a book that will let you bet the money line and the spread of one game in a parlay. But I don't know why you wouldn't just bet them individually. I don't know why you wouldn't just bet them individually. Pick one or the other, or bet both. Brandon, yeah, the survivor pool. Survivor pool from last week is null and void. His name's Dave Mason. They could do money line and over as far as I know. Yeah, Brandon, all of last week's contests are null and void because a lot of us didn't get to enter it. A lot of people didn't get to enter it. So you'll see those probably in the next couple days be updated on Bet Online. As far as today's game goes, again, like I said earlier, I probably won't have a free play. So if you're just here for the free play, going to be more of a barbershop talk. We'll probably be live for just a little bit longer. But as far as today's game goes, Jerry, good morning, sir. How are you, brother? Tyler Glasnow, Clayton Kershaw. I love this matchup. I love it. Hopefully there's no back spasms for old Clayton today starting game one. Yeah, Joe, ain't that right? No more wake surfing for a while. Then I guess I got to hit the Peloton. You know, literally right out my backyard, we've got a hiking trail. We've got a mountain right across the street. Go out of our little community across the street. There's a big state park. So I guess I can figure some of that out. As far as Cleveland, do they pull them early? Obviously, they probably try and get as much as they can get out of him, which would be 6-7 innings, as long as he's not getting beat up, as long as he's not getting murdered by those Dodger batters, you know? Plant-based Junkie says good underpick yesterday with the Bills and the Chiefs. Yeah, that's who I leaned towards yesterday. You know, but obviously we also lean towards Dallas too, and we know how that didn't work out. We all know how that one didn't work out. That is for sure. Now, Glasnow has faced the Dodgers before. If you go back and you look in years prior, he has faced them multiple times. Multiple times when he was with the Pirates. Oh, Bob, you weren't logged into your account? Yeah, you know, I've never seen a book that will allow you to. So I was like, oh, okay. But I personally wouldn't. I personally wouldn't. Now, Glasnow came in some innings in relief against the Dodgers. Dodgers have done some damage on him over the years. As a starting pitcher, it's been a while since they've seen him. His last outing against the Astros tagged him pretty well. I'd have to compare the Astros hitters, not on the level of the Dodgers hitters, but very similar. Similar in fashion where everybody can move the ball around. Everybody is capable to put it over the wall on the Astros team. Daniel, as of right now, the only premium play that's up there is what we have as of right now. I mean, there's only one game on the board today. Now, if we end up putting out, excuse me, a soccer play, that'll be a whole different story. But let's be honest, there's not much soccer today. There's not much soccer today. I mean, there's some Champions League soccer. starting in an hour. Other than that, which you got to lay some big juice on some of them anyways. Henry says, I think any right-handed pitcher who faces the Dodgers are in trouble. Do you see another 7-game series for both teams? No, I don't. I personally would love to see a 7-game series. I personally would love to see a 7-game series. Do I think we get one? No. No, I don't, unfortunately. Unfortunately, I don't think we do. I think this one's over anywhere from roughly around 5 games. Very welcome, LT. I hope you're doing well, brother. Sorry I missed your call yesterday. When you called, I was actually at the doctor's office. Harris, what part of Hawaii are you in? Ozzy says the Dodgers sweep. Do I think Arzania can hit over a half of a hit? I don't know. I usually don't do baseball props. Seager or Bellinger to hit a home run, probably a good one, if anything. Daniel says I can give the Rays 1 to 2 games. Yeah, depending on the pitching matchups, absolutely. Absolutely. That's why I say probably 5 games. I mean, I'm going to be real honest with you. I would love it to go 7 games. 7 games gives us 7 days of World Series action to not only bet on, but talk about. And that I'd love. Thank you, Jason C., for dropping his hitting stats in the playoffs. But hitting Kershaw is a lot different than having to hit Greinke, that's for sure. The windward side of Oahu, the East Shore, okay. I don't know. I believe Sandy Beach we have. We usually stay there in Oahu off the North Shore. We normally stay at Turtle Bay. The last couple times we went, we've always stayed at Turtle Bay. When I was a kid, my grandmother lived down there in Honolulu, so she used to take us up to the North Shore, and I used to surf as a kid. But man, it's been years since not years, but what has it been, 2 or 3 years since we've been there? Definitely overdue a trip. Slide props that has Kyle has tofu for lunch. You might want to add a 0 to the end of that one. My fat ass didn't get fat by figuring out how to eat tofu. I'd rather have a green shake than tofu, and let me tell you that those greens are nasty. Ozzy says he's taking the over on the runs. Believes a lot of runs will be scored. I definitely think it's possible. Especially, game 1 situation. Rays coming in. Dodgers bats are cracking. Sent mail. Okay, we'll take a look at it in a little bit. Don't see anything, but not to say that I won't get it, but don't see anything yet. Yeah, but if you're going to take odds that I'm going to have tofu for breakfast or for lunch, you might want to add at least 1-0 to the back of that one. Henry Ward says Dodgers team total is a great play. What was it, 4.5? I believe it was 4.5. You know, the only reason why I haven't touched the total is in case it's one of those 1-0, 2-1 games. I mean, let's be honest, both pitchers have the capability to, go deep into the game, 6-7 innings at a minimum. Brad says Dodgers win maybe. As far as the game goes, as far as the series go, I like the Dodgers. I like the Dodgers to win the series. I bet it twice. I keep debating betting it again. But I do like the Dodgers in the series, the series overall. That is so weird. Four sounds nice. I didn't see 4. I saw 4.5. What's one of my early Champions League looks? I don't have any plays in it. Not as of right now, D Wade. Not as of right now. Sabino, what's going on? Normally if I do any soccer, I'll do it today for tomorrow. And yesterday, this time, I was at the doctor. But as far as the Champions League, I'd have to say maybe Juventus. They were the only one that was on my radar yesterday. Sabino, what's my pick on the World Series game tonight? None on the game tonight. If you're here for a free play, I don't have an official free play for today. Other than that I bet on the actual series of the game. D-Wade, no problem. I did like Juventus. I didn't get to do enough research on it. But it was one that was on my radar yesterday. Lay the money line on Barcelona. Minus 1176. Right? Crazy. They're laying 2.5 to 3 with a total over and under 4, which over is plus money at plus 103. That was enticing. Same thing with Borussia Dortmund, which is a team that made us some good money. Yeah, Sabino, that was the only thing that I was worried about. That was the only thing that I was worried about yesterday. And that's why I haven't made a bet on it. He was just asking who was I leaning towards. Yeah, Renault, we all went with the, well, not all, but if you were with us, you went with the Cowboys yesterday. That happens. That happens. We get our hearts broke every now and then, but make sure we manage that bankroll and live to fight another day. But yeah, Sabino, that was the only thing that I was worried about in that game. It's the reason why I haven't bet it. I don't play a lot of soccer, but when I do, we're pretty solid. Remember, it's not about betting every day here. It's not about betting every day here. That's for sure. It's about quality over quantity. Yeah, if people want to blame Andy Dalton for all the Dallas woos last night, then they obviously didn't watch. They obviously didn't watch Zeke at all yesterday. But it was a good game. I mean, I wouldn't say it was a good game. It was a good game for the Cardinals. It was a good game for some bettors. That's for sure. That's for sure. And remember, when you're betting, no game should ever hurt hurt you to the point where it hurts. Uh-oh. Miami Dolphins named Tua the starter. Uh-oh, breaking news. Tua, after career-ending injury in college, getting to play a little bit this last Sunday. Getting the start this Sunday. Congrats to Tua. Wow. Tua time, absolutely. And Absurd said it's definitely not all on Dalton. Zeke literally dropped the ball. That's for sure. $3,000 calories? You're probably really off. Outside of the oatmeal that I was forced to eat to take the medicine this morning, I probably won't eat again till dinner. I know I look fat, but I didn't see the reason why. It didn't say. I mean, keep in mind, Miami's on a bye, so maybe it's spoof news. I'm trying to find it again. Oh no, it says who made his debut against the Jets. Okay, no, it's official. It's official as far as him being I'm trying to see. Since they're on a bye, his first game will be November 1st against the Rams. Demoting quarterback Ryan Fitzpatrick to backup duties. Poor guy. Poor guy plays for a shit team. Goes out, wins 24-0. But then again, what do you have? He had 2 interceptions for his 3 touchdown passes. So it's not like him, what he put up, 189 in the air. It's not like he had that stellar of a game. Renault Brown, your premium ran out last night. You can, and I'll take care of you no matter what. You know what I mean? We make sure all of our clients are, I mean, if you end up buying again, I might have more plays than just the one, you know what I mean? As far as the move making sense, maybe they know something that we don't. But then again, yeah, they might be 3-3 on the year, but maybe they see more out of them. Maybe they see more out of Tua in practice that we don't see. Yeah, Jason dropping that is like cause for concern. Like you couldn't have timed it any better. Your first game of the regular season, you're gonna get Darnold and Jalen Ramsey. Setting up for success is not a Miami. Is not a Miami quality trait. Fitz is screwing up the draft, right? Right? You know, when you take a look at what he did in the last game, an 18 for 27, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. I don't know what we're going to have in that game, Bob. I don't know what we're going to have in that game. What, 10 TD passes on the year, 7 interceptions? But yeah, hey Tua, I hope you can run and run away. I hope you could run away fast because Aaron Donald's going to be after you. That's for sure. That, I almost feel bad for the kid. Welcome to the bigs. Welcome to the bigs. I mean, at least if you would have waited an extra week, you know, he would have got the Cardinals, the Chargers, and the Broncos, and then the Jets again, and then the Bengals before they had to play, you know, face the Chiefs. But maybe they know something that we don't know. Maybe, but then again, I wouldn't say that they'd just come out and just say demoting him to backup duties. Cray TV, how can you post NFL highlights without getting copyright strikes? I think you'd have to contact the NFL or whoever owns the content and get their permission, I would imagine. But I don't show highlights, so I don't ever have to worry about that. Eagles have looked well decent the past 2 games. I don't know if I wouldn't say decent. I don't know if I'd go that far. They definitely came back in the game. Could you imagine if they would have played a quality game in the first half? I mean, they were only down 17-0. They came back. They battled back. They had a great fourth quarter. But can you imagine if they actually played a solid first, second, and third? Would have been interesting. Curious to see where they progress the rest of the season. With still having a chance to make the playoffs and win the division at 1-4-1. Oh, all right. So what we're gonna do, because you know, as of right now, I'm not gonna have a free play for today's video. So if you're just here for a free play, I'm sorry to disappoint. But one thing that we will do, we'll open up a quick little questions and answers. If you guys have any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer them. Gambling questions, questions about whatever. Feel free to fire away. I'll take a look at the chat. What kind of stuff do we post? Well, I think you'd have to look at our YouTube channel, which you're already on, and then you can see what kind of stuff we, content that we post. But feel free to fire away. I'll answer them if I can answer them. And then we'll send you guys on your merry way. Jamar, good morning, my brother. I saw your text late last night, or actually in the middle of the night. I saw it when I got up. Went to bed early yesterday. Went to bed early yesterday with the Cowboys ass beating. The Cowboys getting their butts spanked yesterday. But remember, manage your guys' bankroll. We're going to have little stretches where we drop games, lose free plays. Did you guys see the new GMC, the new Hummer EV electric vehicles coming out, being debuted today at 5 p.m. Pacific time? Zach, anything that I hate there? I'm not a fan of the run lines in World Series because they're generally closer games. The total can go either direction, in my opinion. Kershaw over 7.5 Ks. Rays are a very good, fundamentally sound team. I wouldn't expect a crazy amount of strikeouts out of them. And unless we know what kind of Kershaw we're going to be getting, which you won't know until you know. Same thing with Glasnow, under 6.5. Dodgers definitely like to make contact, so that might be a little money play right there. Seager to hit a home run. I like that. I like that. Jason C, does Jason Garrett laugh every time Dallas loses? Absolutely. Absolutely. Cleveland says, I think the content and the way you interact with your viewers is what separates you from these other guys. You actually engage and less about the money. Keep it up. Thank you. I appreciate that, Cleveland. I appreciate that. Zach says, banking on Kershaw not to suck in the World Series, which is a bet itself, right? They should. There should be an offshore prop bet. Does the Kershaw curse come out? Or what inning? Do I miss Vegas? No, because nothing's open. Everything's shut down for the most part. I mean, I still go back. I sneak in and out. I'll be back there in 2 weeks. I got to check on the house. Peter Reyes, good morning. Good morning, Aaron. Good morning, Aaron. One thing that I did know, quick observation, our Vibe Interactive Free Play Board, I love it. I think it's great. But I've started to notice a trend. People will fast forward through the live show, not you guys, because you guys are here with me. People will fast forward to the end just to see what we flash on the free play board. And then when we do pick the Cowboys, they get on there and say, oh, you fucking suck, you this, you that. You must be an idiot. Only an idiot would take the Cowboys, this and that. So, in order to screw up those individuals and the haters and their trash talk, the next live show, when we do have stuff on the free play board, we'll probably just verbally say it, and I'll probably be more than happy to say it every single time that you want it. That way, when they go to the end, they actually got to listen to the video to find the free plays. So we may just have to have a little fun with some people. We might just have to have some fun with people. Tom, good question. The plan is yes. The plan is yes, absolutely. But they won't force anything. Not this late in the season. Not this late in the season. But yeah, the plan is definitely is to. Harris, you're very welcome. Mountain West, absolutely. Hawaii and Fresno State. It should be a good game. Hawaii was a sleeper last year. And I liked what I saw out of them. It was nice to see them bring competitiveness to every game that they played. Jason C., I wouldn't necessarily say the Cowboys' defense is that bad. They gave up 24 points off of turnovers. It was the Cowboys' defense that held them in it in the first quarter. Turnovers, not much you could do off of turnovers. Turnovers plague a team. Turnovers kill a team. Never says we should plan on Capper's March Madness at the new Circa. Might. It's definitely time to start actively looking at that again. Sly, you were in a poker game yesterday and you missed it. I know it affects some of the good people. And actually, I probably won't change a thing because, the haters are going to hate regardless if we flash it on the board or we say it. So don't worry, I won't change it. That was my instant, how to mess with them back type of thing. But, hopefully you won your poker tournament if you had to sit in it for, 13 hours. But yeah, we get some good football today, or not today, but this week. Not really. I mean, the Arkansas State App State game on Thursday, Thursday night football, Friday getting a little bit better. Tulsa and South Florida, Illinois and Wisconsin facing off. Louisiana Lafayette, the team we can't trust, 2-point dog against UAB. Saturday we get some good action. NC State, North Carolina will be a nice game. Clemson, a 45-point favorite against Syracuse. Oklahoma, a 7-point favorite on the road against TCU. Penn State, less than a touchdown favorite against Indiana. Oklahoma State, a 3-point favorite against Iowa State. That should be a good game. Alabama, the 3-touchdown favorite over Tennessee on the road. Hot diggity dog. LSU, a touchdown favorite over South Carolina. Waking up with plus money from the books is always a great thing, Tom. Thank you, Jay Hugh. I appreciate it. Christy Tom says Syracuse plus 46, right? Hawaii and Fresno State. Utah State and Boise State right in to Mountain West Conference play. Ooh, hot diggity dog. Boise State laying 16 against Utah State. Should be a good one. Little West Coast late night action. Air Force and San Jose State. Saturday night. UNLV and San Diego State. San Diego State laying the 2 touchdowns. Miami going to try and get back on track against Virginia. After the night's big win over Pitt. As far as sports go, college basketball starts on the 25th of next month. The NBA is not until, I believe, they haven't announced the official NBA season yet, but I believe it's going to be right around January 3rd, I think it was, from what I've seen. I'm not sure on the NHL. I think their last reported start date for camp is January 1st. I think that's the last reported start date to camp. As far as the rest of them go, other than college basketball starting on the 25th of November, I'm not exactly sure. So it's going to be a light winter. We'll have college and pro football all by itself since the World Series is done until November 25th. And then we'll have college and pro football, college basketball until the beginning of January when the NBA starts. And then the NHL, and then baseball again. I would imagine baseball starts on track. Definitely a hard time. There's no official date yet for the NBA, baseball, or the NHL, but I would imagine baseball starts on time. Yeah, Keith, the tour era definitely begins. Should be interesting to see. But yeah, no, other than the Dodgers that I bet the series on, I personally think they get it in 4 or 5 games. They should win today. Should. If you're on my personal plays, you'll be getting a text from me in the next hour. Premium plays, you just log in. If your premium play account expired, the accounting department is they're probably just now sitting down at their desk. They show up promptly at 9, never before during the week. So I'm sure your account will get extended if you're owed an extension in the next 15, 20 minutes. But remember, it's only one game today, so you're not missing anything just yet. Very nice, Nathan. Congrats. We had the Chiefs too as a personal play. The only thing that I won yesterday, other than a prop bet on Kelsey for the first TD at plus 700. Got lucky on that one. I hit something. But other than that, tomorrow's live show, we're going to do it at the same time, same place. Normal time, 10 a.m. Eastern time, 7 Pacific. We're going to take a live look ahead into some college football, college football and NFL action. Real champ, yes. It's something that you don't even have to ask. It just happens. It just happens. Give it time. Your account will get extended if you're on premium plays. Mike Brown says, my addiction to betting parlays is killing me. 3-1 last night, but come out even. I know it's better than losing, but I love to go for the big payout. Big payouts are nice. Hot diggity dog. Parlays are a killer. Yeah, who knows, Toby? I mean, we'll find out. I mean, they've got Then you're still going to get a text from me. We take care of everybody. Doesn't matter if you're on premium plays or my personal plays. We take care of everybody. All right, folks. Yeah, UFC this weekend. FC needing a big monster bounce back. UFC this weekend. All right, guys. I am going to get out of here. I do have another doctor's appointment here in a little bit. So, Let them go draw out blood work. Jay Hugh, yeah. Don't know why he's not fired. Don't know why he's not fired. I don't know. Guess is as good as mine. Won't even hand off play calling. Has some things to figure out before he hands off play calling. Yeah, okay. These YouTube channels should give you ideas. If you feel a certain way, stick with it. Not sure what that means, Jason C., but okay. Thank you, Keith. I appreciate that. Yeah, Jay. Nathan says, BYU the truth. Who wants to coach the Jets? No, I don't know anybody that probably would, but somebody would. Thank you, Henry. I appreciate that. All right, folks, I am out of here. Enjoy your Tuesday. Short little show today. Tomorrow we'll do something we never get a chance to do. Take a little live look ahead into the weekend. Should be fun. Should be fun for a Wednesday. And who knows? Guess I'll have to start putting out some soccer plays later in the week. Lucky says, I'll coach them for that paycheck, right? We'll take the coach's minimum salary, please. Jason, see, maybe Bill O'Brien. Yeah, Bill O'Brien will take the job, right? There's somebody that would. Bring back Rex. Bring back Rex. Brad, Kyle, will you be doing any CL today? What's CL? Or better yet, Brad, since this is probably delayed by the time you hear it, send me a text message. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Enjoy your Tuesday. If you are betting the Dodgers series, bet responsibly because that's what I bet. As far as the game goes, it's who I like. And I don't care if you bet Tampa Bay or you bet the Dodgers, bet the over, you bet the under. Oh, Champions League? Probably not. Probably not. No, real champ, I'm a Sam Darnold fan. I'd keep old Sammy boy. Shannon, that's greatness on the free play board. It would be, right? It would benefit the ones that pay attention, and then I would just have no problem repeating it if somebody came in, but that would affect the people that actually watch the whole thing because they're they actually are people that watch the whole thing after the fact. I know, it's crazy. All right, guys, thanks for joining in. We'll be back tomorrow. It'll be a much funner show tomorrow. And we'll take a live look ahead at some college football and NFL action. Good luck, everybody. Have a great Tuesday. See you guys tomorrow morning.